Our organization is made up entirely of families and patients that we've served over the years. As of today, we're a group of around 50 families, served over 500 patients since the 1980s.
In '97, Sarah was basically a year and a half old, and she was diagnosed with AML. I was at a coach's clinic actually, and just felt in my heart something was wrong, and Carolyn's felt the same way, and took her to the doctor that morning, and then happened to come home for lunch just to check that day, and actually, Carolyn dropped the phone. They told her what the deal was, and we had to leave right then, and didn't even know where Riley Hospital was, to be honest with you. It just felt like it was us against the world, and then a couple with the Dubois County Leukemia Association stopped by and visited with us, and it was really helpful. They had been there, they talked to us about what to expect, and it was a big help to us right from the beginning, and then the organization continued to help out in so many ways.
News that you can't even imagine getting, to hear those words that your child has cancer, and you need to leave tonight, and you need to get her to the hospital. We had local churches doing prayer vigils. They were preparing us to lose her. We were very quickly contacted by the Dubois County Leukemia Association. They say it takes a village to raise a child, especially with a child that's gone through what she had.
I was teaching for about 2 months before I was diagnosed with my cancer and had to leave to go to treatment. I think without having the Dubois County Leukemia Association, a lot of people would be lost. When you're diagnosed with a cancer, you're lost the way it is. You really don't know what direction to go, who to turn to, who's going to have the information. I myself, when I was diagnosed, I didn't even know what leukemia was. I didn't know that there was any organization in our area.
It initially started out just as a support system, families talking to other families. Then we realized, it really needs to be more than just support. We need finances to do it.
Like my treatment was in Indianapolis. My husband and family were, driving back and forth with my kids, almost every day.
We went from being a 2-income family to being a no-income family, and the Dubois County Leukemia Association not only provided the emotional support, visiting us in the hospital, praying over our daughter, sharing experiences with us, but they provided direct financial help to us.
The Dubois County Leukemia Association just helps you realize, hey, this can be taken on, and here's a way to fight it. Here's some problems you're going to deal with. Here's some money to help you. We want you focused on whipping leukemia.
Whenever we find of a new patient or new family, we send them a check for $750, and that is to help cover the expenses, that out-of-pocket expenses that goes a long way for them. Well, this grant is going to really be a financial shot in the arm. Primarily, it will be more local patient aid to reach out and to expand these services, and also expand our horizons as far as the people we serve and where they live. Our second main focus would be doing more of the Be the Match, which is a national organization, bone marrow registry. It's going to allow us to complete 2 endowments that we started years ago, one being the Sarah Goldberg Scholarship Endowment for high school students in the county that are interested in the medical field. And then the other endowment we started several years ago was through the Memorial Hospital, and it's in the pediatric ward. So with these funds, additional funds, we can do a lot more, and we really need to do a lot more.
Whenever I was told that I didn't have any other options of survival other than having a transplant, I went onto the registry. After my match was found, I started going through all the preparations of chemo, and then March 26, 2008, I received my bone marrow transplant, which saved my life. Without that, I would not be here today. It is so simple to be on the bone marrow registry. It is as simple as taking a cotton swab and swabbing your cheek, sending it off, and it's that easy. It's a calling, I think, for a lot of people to want to do something for somebody. I'm always grateful, and I will always thank God and everything that I got a second chance at life. My donor is the person who actually gave me that. Without him, I would not have had that second chance at all, to be back in the classroom, to be a mom, to be a sister, to be a daughter.
It's a little different with our story in the sense that we can't sit there and say, here's our child that had it. But we remained part of this group because, one, it helped us enjoy our 13 months with her after she was ill. And also it's a way to, who doesn't want to kick leukemia in the butt? I would love to wipe this out. Having a scholarship like that available countywide to somebody who wants to go into medicine or potentially help wipe out leukemia is #1 on our list. So in 1997, which is, when we went up to Riley, and that was Scott Rowland's first year in the big leagues. And the day after his season ended, he came into Indianapolis, and it just meant a lot to me. I'll never forget it. He wanted to help, and so he offered to buy us a cell phone. Also, Scott was named Rookie of the Year that year, and he had put down our family to receive, there's a financial reward that goes with that, and made us the recipients to help go toward fighting our expenses. And it's things like that you just don't ever forget. The off season, we just hit in the gym. We had one cage. We had to wait till about 10:30 at night. And when he'd come home from pro ball, that's what we did in the wintertime. And it was the only place to really do that. And he said, he approached me one day and he said, I want to put a building up and I want to name it after Sarah. And Scott was very helpful. We went and looked at facilities and we did a big campaign. And then we decided the money that families had given us, we put that into the park. It meant a lot for us to have that, and then obviously to have her named on it. I guess the park just really represents how so many families came together to help us, and then to have her legacy go on like that just means a lot. I mean, this is where I spend, and my family spends so much of their time, and you walk by it every day, and it's a positive reminder.
Our child would not be here without the National Marrow Registry, without the cord blood registry. She had a rare form called mixed lineage leukemia. So we knew from the beginning that in order to her best chance at survival was going to be a stem cell transplant or a bone marrow transplant. There was no match in our family. There's only a 25% chance that any family member will be a match, regardless of how many siblings that you have. And because Lakin was an infant, she was a good candidate for a cord blood donation. So she actually received an anonymous donor cord blood stem cell transplant on September the 2nd, 2005. I can't even begin to describe the amount of support that we had during those really rough times, from family, from friends. We had Brenda from the Leukemia Association, the Dubois County Leukemia Association, actually come to the hospital. Lakin spent her first birthday on the ventilator at Riley. We celebrated her 10th cancer-free year this year.
There are so many people in this area that have helped our family, other families they've never met. We fundraise, and just to watch the way people give, because nobody likes to see anybody go through this.
One way that you can learn more about our association is go to our website at localshelpinglocals.org.
If there's a need out there, we want to be able to serve it. Cancer affects so many people in so many ways, and there's so many cancers that there's always a need, and we want to be the ones that they can count on.